What's up, everyone? It's your boy Showtimedr. So this is going to be the first in a series. I'm going to try to do a comprehensive overview of what a game offers, and I'm going to start with Elune. So title of this video is basically going to be, Should You Play Elune? Now, I'm going to show you what I like about Elune. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to like it, doesn't necessarily mean the game's for you, but try to go over all the features and the various differences between Elune and other gachas. So just to get started, you can like mess with the background on your lobby screen. There's like a summer theme and all that, but of course I chose the night theme because I'm the night guy. Now, just from the lobby menu, what you can see is as you level up, it does give you a certain amount of buffs here you can use multiple times a day. Now, I should have actually done this earlier when I was farming, but there's an experience buff up, there's a gold buff up, and to be perfectly honest, what's this? Account experience. So account experience is different from your Elune experience. Elunes are the characters or the heroes in this game. So, but you can do this 3 times a day. All the buffs last an hour over the course of 24 hours, and pretty fat bonuses here, 50% for both. So, and you go through gold pretty good. So sometimes you really want that gold, but you can, if you want, just do like triple XP or whatever. So that's a pretty cool thing to have there. As far as like rewards and events go, the longer you're logged in, I believe for this it's 3 hours, you can get either 3 instances, 1 per hour of 25,000 gold, 50, exactly what they call this, aeons, but it's basically stamina, which is what I usually take, or 150 of this currency, which can be used for building units, or drawing units rather. There's also a login bonus, so the longer you're logged in, up to 120 minutes, you get all these bonuses. The very last one is a summon, and the rest of them are currency or stamina. So pretty generous right there. And then of course there's always going to be events, so right now it's the launch event because this game's about a week old. 7-day login, etc. So pretty cool stuff right there on the summon menu. Now, as far as this front screen goes, you can actually go and look at all the characters. You can see combat rating, give you a brief description of them. And then you can actually click on details. Now, this might not seem like it's that important, but you can actually do this for all your friend and your guild units as well. Or your friends and guilds units. Possessive as well. So if you want to like check out how someone's built their character, or check out what's going on as far as, you know, team compositions and the like, that's there for you. Now, go ahead and get into the menus here. So, settings, I won't get too much into that. Zodiac's actually a cool feature. So as you level up your account experience, you saw that earlier. I believe it's about every 5 levels you get a bunch of passive buffs here. So in this case, attack speed, and crit bonuses for all of your units. And once you buy them all, you get this, whatever it says up here, as a total boost. So right now I've unlocked up until March, and the number one thing you actually want is the pirate encounter. Pirate encounter is kind of like a proc. If you played Epic 7, it's like the Goblin urgent missions or something, but it's way better. They give tons of XP, really good gear. In some cases, upgrade materials, gold, seeds, just really good stuff. So you always want to get your pirate encounter stuff up ASAP. And then I just did all this today. This is more of a defensive tree, but I still got a lot to go. Kind of level 20. You see how it goes there. So still got a ways to go for that. I thought that was a pretty cool feature. You don't see too many passive buffs like that. That also upgrade encounter percentages on some of the more rare mobs in the game. Now guilds in this, it's called Alliance. It's basically the same thing as most guilds. There's an Alliance boss. They haven't added Alliance Battle yet, but apparently it's in the works, hopefully. When you donate, you can actually donate money, and it's going to increase the currency Alliance experience. And then you get, you know, whoever the leader is can get certain things with that. There's also a shop, eventually, whenever the guild gets to level 10. So a little bit of buffs there for the whole team. Approve, you know, that's just where you go to approve people. There's also a guild boss you can spawn. I don't know exactly why it's not here. We did spawn it already today, so maybe it's just not appearing. But there's a boss, and you can summon him, and you get, like, various loot drops. It's pretty cool. Missions, that's just your daily quests. Now it's going to give you 20 of the rubies per day. That's the pay currency. It takes about 300 to do a 10+1 summon. And then, of course, you got your weeklies and your recurring quests. Pretty standard stuff right there. Index is actually really cool. I can't show you guys right now, but the cool part about Index is, in this game, you can draw even like a 2-star legendary unit. 6 stars is the maximum. And so, but it kind of sucks to draw a very low legendary unit because they take a lot of upgrade materials, and upgrade materials aren't very plentiful in this game. But I'll couch that later, I'll tell you why. But the cool part is, as you're getting like the rank 2, rank 3, rank 4s of whichever characters through your various summons and draws and drops, it actually starts to fill out this book. And the more this book's filled out, eventually you see this claim all button here. You can come over here and it'll give you the pay currency. I believe it's like 2 per for the lower level units and a little bit more for the higher level units. And there is a lot, guys. There's a lot. Those are all the ones I've done right now, but there is a lot of them, so... that's actually pretty cool as far as giving us lots of extra pay currency. I did it for the first time in like about 2 or 3 days, and I ended up getting, God, it was like 600 some pay currency, so it was pretty cool. Now here's a feature that I wish Epic 7 would put in, training in this game. Eventually you can get it up to 5 people. What training does, you can keep upgrading it over here for gold. It's going to give you up to a benchmark here of 150,000 per day. Earned experience. So basically what this is doing is I put these characters, I actually need to replace this one. I put these characters over here. Let me get, who's the next one I want to build? Yeah, I guess we'll put her in. So these characters over here, your characters that are max level that you're running, you know, for whatever dungeon, because you need your max level heroes or the boss battles or whatever. Since they're not actually earning experience, a percentage of the experience that they earn is going to go to these units. So these units are going to get that XP, and especially if you're doing something like Pirate, they're just going to get like a grip of XP, and it's actually pretty crazy. You can level up the your side units that you're not necessarily going to use, or you're going to use them as fodder, which I'll get more into the fodder thing in a second here. But this is actually really cool. I really wish Epic 7 would do something like this for the Phantasma or anything you're trying to level. That would actually be really cool and a really good quality of life improvement. But for now, you know, they're not doing it. Replay is cool. I actually like it when this is in gachas. You can actually go and look at, like, you know, whatever PvP battles you did. You can look at some of the defenses. And, you know, you can plan revenge. You can do revenge. Apparently you can watch friends ones too, which is pretty crazy. And then, so you can get revenge on someone who beat you, or what have you. And also you can check your defensive teams to see, okay, well, this person is doing a certain thing and maybe they need to do this other thing, or maybe I need to move them over here in this formation or whatever. That's pretty cool. Title. That's just something that unlocks as you do certain things. I don't know if they come with any type of bonuses. Not sure yet because I haven't unlocked another one, but still it's there. Supply, that's going to be your basic shop. It resets every day. You can choose to buy. What I usually do is buy these crystals, which I'll get more into the crystals as I show you guys the character screen. So, Elune info, that's actually something not too good. It sounds like it's going to be info about all the characters, but it's actually, it links you to like some website thing. Now friends, just like always, you kind of go into friend points. So you send all your friend points, and you can use the friend points as this heart up here to summon. And actually fill out that thing I showed you earlier with like those 1 and 2 star units. And get extra pay currency early game, so that's actually really cool. Fusion, now here's a thing. This is something that, it's not necessarily unique to this game, but it is fairly rare among most of the gachas I play right now. So you can take, there's no one over here right now, but what usually happens is if you have a max leveled Elune, so every star level, it's 10 levels. So say you have 2 level 30 Elunes. They're not in any team and you're not going to use them, or you just feel like fusing them up for whatever reason. When you fuse them, they turn into a random character of the next tier. So 2 3 stars will turn into 4 stars. And this is actually the way that most people are upgrading their units, because the upgrade materials, unless you have a unit that's really good in like 4 or 5 star, like say Freya or Fahrenheit, you usually don't want to upgrade unless they're already established good characters. So you might be able to get, even like with 1 star units, a 2 star legendary, or take your 4 stars and get a 5 star that is actually really good. And that's actually really cool. I appreciate that the game gave us that as a fusion, as an option to do it, rather than you know, be forced to upgrade everything with materials. So, and then apparently when you fill this out, you actually get a high summon, I believe it is, something like that. Oh wait, no, you can receive a guaranteed Elune at the highest rarity. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, when your fusion points are at max. So, getting fusion points to max, good luck. But you can do it though if you're really dedicated. You just kind of use them as your fodder units along with the leveling system I showed you earlier with that training right there. So really cool thing. Forge I haven't unlocked yet, or I guess it's in development, so not sure about that. Exploration, that's just your basic, send your units away and they get experience and some items. But in this case, you get one of your unit and a friend unit. So it's actually good to have a friend unit going on. And you know, it costs a little bit of gold to get it done. Gold's actually fairly hard to keep a hold of in this game. Not like super hard, but fairly hard. And the cool part about this is you can get like, there's a potion thing, which I'll show you guys later, which is kind of, it's debatable right now, but I could see it in-game being really useful. But it's debatable right now. Elune's Light, you can use those for summons in one of the shops. So basically all you do, like I said, just choose a unit you want to work up, choose a friend unit, send them out. And that's how it goes. To decide which unit I want to bring up. Okay, so that's what that screen does. A little bit of a different kick. Now the workshop, this is the place I was talking about with the potions. So you have to buy all the potion recipes first of all, so you kind of got to figure out which ones you want. But you see here, the basic potion, it's a 1-star potion. So granted, there might be a way to craft it up to like 6 stars. That's what most things can be crafted to. But it says increase accuracy rate of all allies by 2%. 2%, not that much early game, but possibly late game, and especially if you can craft these up to, say, 10% or something similar. You know, critical power, 5%, that's a little bit better. And I'll show you guys how you can use the potions later on, but you see here you can buy these. Now I'm thinking either I buy all of these and maybe it opens up the tier 2s, or possibly it just unlocks at a certain account level or something, I don't know, but we'll just, yet to be seen on that, so we'll have to see how that goes. Soul Stones, this is your basic like shard gacha stuff, so you get enough shards, you can summon the character. A lot of shards though, a lot of shards. Now L Summon is a bingo style game, as funny as it is, like I was saying with that currency. So you can do this, and you kind of build on it, and the more of these characters that you summon, you know how bingo works, you complete a line and you get whatever it says at the end of the line. So, you know, it's pretty good considering you can actually farm this up pretty quickly if you're really dedicated to it. I'm actually going more for the stamina right now, but that's the way that is. Laboratory is a place where you get this skill book. Skill books allow you to upgrade skills. I believe you can upgrade skills at least 5 times. From rank 1 to rank 6, and it actually makes quite a big bit of difference. When we get to the character inventory, I'll show you guys that. So yeah, you get these materials. Pirates actually drop these. That's one of the reasons pirates are so good. And then we've been to the lobby, so we'll go ahead. I'll go into the inventory screen and show you guys what I'm working with. Let's take... and take someone for example. We'll take Chloe. So as far as all the ways that you can upgrade a character, here's your basic stats over here. HP, physical defense, attack, magical defense. Some characters are magical attack. That is a different thing. Your combat rating right here. And then there's gear. So gear in this game, it works on the typical tiers like legendary, epic, and then it goes below that, rare, uncommon, normal, etc. So as far as how gear is made in this game, it kind of follows the Epic 7 mindset of every 3 levels. Actually, Knights Chronicle kind of do this too. Oh, not really, sort of. Well, every 3 levels, basically, you get an extra passive stat here. So attack, magic defense, physical resistance. Physical resistance, the debuffs in this game, they're actually classified as resistance. So there's physical resistance, there's like... I forget what the other ones are called, but there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they all push back according to certain things. There's no, as far as I've seen, there's no all debuff resist. So you kind of have to gear your guy accordingly depending on what you're fighting, which actually kind of changes it up, and it's kind of cool, actually. I think that's pretty good. There's gear sets. So in this case, 25% chance to, this is actually translated wrong, to basically inflict a debuff, not remove a debuff. That's just a bad translation. So I'm trying to get on her because one of Chloe's really good things. We'll go to skills real quick and then I'll come back. Her 2 is actually god tier for boss battles because it inflicts paralysis, and you get a little detailed menu if you click on it of all the different debuffs here. Along with, there's a little tutorial for basically everything in the in the game. So, but in this case, hers is paralysis, so prevents actions. All damage taken is critical damage, so the person's stunned and they take critical damage. For in her case, it's 2 turns, and I believe it can upgrade at max all the way to 3 turns. So her 2 is like godlike in boss battles because not only is it a high base chance, but basically, it kind of does a roulette thing to where chance of inflicting paralysis increases by 20% for each soul used, up to 4 souls. Souls I'll have to show you. It kind of works the same way in Epic 7, but it's a little bit different in this game. I'll show you guys when we get to combat. But essentially, the more souls you have, the higher the chance of inflicting the debuff. And there is stun immunity in this game. Or not stun immunity, but stun resistance, if you keep trying to keep things stunned for too long. But overall, she has the best single target stun for keeping bosses stunned, and you can't stun bosses in this, which was one of the things I originally loved about Epic 7 that they've since gone away from. Now, I'll just take this piece of gear, even though I wouldn't normally upgrade it. I usually only upgrade legendaries, but just to give you guys a flavor of the gear enhanced system. So like I said, every 3 levels you get an extra stat, and every time you... well, I'll just show you guys. So success rates over here, you know, you can use less of the material for less of a success rate, but you're also using gold, so you're always using the same gold no matter what. Or you could use more of the material for a success rate. So you could leave it on here. You see I got repeat. I'm going to take this to +3 just to show you guys. You see how the chances change depending on what's going on. So right now, I got attack speed out of that. Now, every time I upgrade this, attack speed, it's different, but most stats, they're gonna upgrade as well. So like if that was like crit power or something like that, that would be upgrading every time I'm upgrading the piece of gear too. And you gotta kind of finick at that point of, you know, do you have enough of these? Do you want to take a chance, go the lower route, or are you low on gold? Would you rather hang on to your gold and use these higher chances? And every time you fail, it gives you the extra bonus success rate of whichever one you're using for the next attempt. So pretty awesome gear system upgrade in my opinion. You can also as well, I have a piece of gear that has in fact I'll show you guys so you don't think I'm making it up. He has a... This is Fahrenheit, best tank in the game. No, one of the best tanks. Arguably the best tank, how about that? Oh, you know what? I did just recently replace his gear. Well, anyways, at some point, I had a gear that has 2 attack speed upgrades, so you can get the same upgrade on gear, which opens up a little bit of extra possibilities on gearing as far as, you know, getting like, say, triple crit power if you're lucky on a champion that can guarantee 100% crit chance or bonus crit chance or whatever. So that's pretty much how gear works in their sets and everything. The sets, too, they're a little different depending on tier. So a purple set, like I'll show you here, it's a 2-piece, right? And it kind of does this. But if I found the same set on a legendary piece of gear, it's going to be a 3 set with additional percentages. But it doesn't stack with the 2 set, so gearing's a little bit crazy. Anyway, so we'll move on to skills here. Like I said, you can check out skills. They also have a bunch of passive talents. The higher the tier of the character, the more passive talents they unlock. Which in her case, hers is actually pretty crazy. When in possession of a buff, increase the power of bomb drop and shockwave device drop by 30%. Those are both skills. Shockwave device drop, bomb drop. So, now enhancing skills, that takes those books that I showed you guys earlier. And like I said, as you enhance the skill, fortunately I don't have any books to show you guys, but basically it's going to increase base damage, whatever the multiplier is of how the damage goes. And then at the upper levels, it's going to increase turn duration for, say, debuffs, and percentage chance as well for some of the debuffs, and, you know, different skills vary. Now, there's also skill gems. Skill gems are basically passive boosts, so in this case, increase crit rate of skills by 2.5%. Well, if I want to, I'm actually saving because the 6-star is the highest tier, but I want, you know, like, let's say she doesn't have any, but you can equip like an orange gem in a blue slot or whatever, but you usually want to, put them in as they are color-coded. So you want a blue and a blue, you want a violet and a violet, etc. if you want to unlock this extra bonus that is above the stat. So restore 1 soul, 10% chance, 5% chance of reducing target's defense by 10% for 2 turns. Really good with her stun, actually. And it's well worth it, as funny as it sounds, it's well worth it just to get like a 1-star gem. And just bing, 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 just to unlock the passive bonus, and then just save up until you get like the higher tier gems as well. Now you can also evolve these. I believe it's for every 10 gems. You can evolve it to the next level gem. Costs a lot of gold though to do that, so you gotta kind of be sure that you want to do that. A lot of people just sell it. Personally, I'm in the evolve camp, but gold is finite, so it's kind of hard to use it on everything you want to use it. And then evolution, like I was saying earlier, takes a while to evolve. Oh, it looks like I can actually evolve her. Well, let's do it. So you see here she's max 4-star right now, and when she gets to 5-star, she's going to still be level 40, and she's going to go to level 50, upgrading her. These seeds are actually the bottleneck in the game. It's really hard to get a bunch of these seeds, although you can farm them, but it's kind of RNG, and there's some quest rewards, that type of thing. This is a little bit easier to farm, the basic upgrade material. But you see here the passive upgrade, you know, 7,500 to 11,000. That's about somewhere in the realm of like 40% boost. And I did a 5 to 6 on a character yesterday, and it was like a 60% boost to all their stats. So the star levels in this game are amazing. But yeah, I'm actually gonna upgrade her because Chloe's actually one of the super amazing characters in the game. Well worth it. So anyway, so then, oh cool. Yeah, this is the, I forgot to go over this. This is kind of like the opening quest, like lobby quest style thing. So you do these and it continuously gives you rewards over and over. Like you see there, I got some of the seeds that I was talking about was pretty rare. More of the pay currency. And I gotta do this next. And then eventually when you complete them, this is a summoning crystal. So you get a 5-star epic guaranteed summon, which is actually pretty strong. There are some epics in this game that actually out DPS the regulars. Now, if someone's not max level, you can actually choose to upgrade them with characters. Do not do that, in my opinion, unless you're like hard up for experience early game, because you really want to be fusing these guys together and filling out that board. So you can do this like later on in your career, but before that I wouldn't do it personally. Also, everyone comes with 3 default outfits, which is pretty cool. You could change it to whatever you fancy. Personally, I like her with the yellow because that kind of screams engineer to me. So that's kind of how the inventory system works in this game. So, and costumes, as far as I've seen, they don't have any type of stats or anything. Now, we'll go ahead, I'll show you guys adventure mode, we'll get into a battle, and then I'll show you guys some of the different dungeons you can run in the different modes. So, there's normal and hard, and, you know, stars, so usually the stars are like, keep someone alive for, keep everyone alive, clear the stage, clear within X amount of turns. And I'll go more into that screen that you just saw in a second there, and then when you finish the stars, once you get all the stars, you get the, whatever the bonus is for the map. In this case, it was a blue summon. I think it was like a 4 or 3 star. So, right now I have pushed to, I believe it's like 5. Stage 5, I'm gonna start working on that more today. And every stage has a boss battle at the end of it. Yeah, I'm still working on this one, getting this maxed. But anyway, so there's also hard mode for all the stages, although you have to clear the previous mode. So cool part is, on hard mode, once you've unlocked hard mode, and you can do hard mode as soon as you've done, like, the first world. Hard mode unlocks these quests that are instrumental for farming Wei Wei, who, if you saw her on the trailer, she's the girl on the skates with the milkshake. God tier support in this game, just super amazing. So what happens is, you go to hard mode, and you see these little character screens down here. Well, these are all NPCs with quests. And as you fulfill their quests, you keep kind of ramping up on rewards. So you see I've redeemed all the way to level 5 rewards. And you get affinity levels based off of all the quests you do for them. And you see it goes quite a while here. So, but basically, the more of these quests you do, I believe you have to do 100 of them total. You can farm that in about a week. And you get your Wei Wei. And Wei Wei's like super amazing. You can also farm different characters by the time you get to the end of someone's thing. You can also send these gifts. It'll tell you which one's their favorite, and you can also increase affinity that way. He needs 65 to get to the next affinity level. And there you go, I just unlocked the next reward. Go ahead and get that. Pretty good stuff. There's also conversations with the characters, which, as far as I could tell, it's just for storyline purposes. So you see here quests. All of the quests have an 8-hour cooldown, and of course the server has a 24-hour reset. So whenever it's the 8-hour cooldown, it resets the quest, and you see here 0 of 24. Every time I run this, it's going to be, I believe 3 out of 24 is how it works. So what I usually do, here's the potion thing that I was telling you guys about earlier. You can put them in for your characters. You can also use friend units, which, you know, for this I don't need to. Now there's also an event going on too, I forgot to detail that. Basically you get the event, I'll show you guys that when we go back to the lobby screen, it's pretty easy to do. Now, here's the stamina, you see my stamina is pretty crazy. Also, you can repeat battle in this, and the repeat battle actually kicks ass in this. So what happens with the repeat battle is, it'll end by itself when you lose, when you're out of eons. Eons is the stamina, when your bag is full, or when you've completed your quest. So that quest that I just showed you, it's not going to keep running the thing, like if I go and I get distracted and I come back and it's 2 hours and oh damn, I just blew a bunch of stamina I didn't have to. No, in this game it'll just stop after the quest is done. It's really cool. Now you can also choose to end a repeat battle when an Elune reaches max level. You know, good for if you're doing combines, or you don't want to switch them out for your other fodder materials. And I have these two check. Continue repeat battle even when defeated. End repeat battle when a pirate is detected. Pirates, like I was saying, they pop up and they drop like god tier gear. I'm gonna show you guys how I'll show you guys how battle works, and I'll show you guys how the auto battle works. It wants to load up here. Alright, so turn auto off. So they're getting their attacks on right now. Now, the combat screen in this game is actually very amazing. I'll go over it with you guys slowly here. So, turns, you got a 200 turn limit. It'll give you the quest. So basically every wave is one of 24. You can swap turns in this game. You can only do it once per turn. But essentially, if you swap the turn, so let's say I'm going to swap here, 6 turns until turn swap. Or you can't do it right at the beginning of battle, but I'll show you guys when it comes up. But you can swap turns with any unit. So if it's more optimal for a unit to be at the end of a turn order versus the beginning. So like in Chloe's case here, maybe I want her to be at the beginning of a turn because I want her to stun somebody, so everyone else, assuming the stun goes off, gets a crit chance, or gets an automatic crit when they hit. Or maybe I want her at the end of a turn because if she goes too soon, then whatever cooldown's not going to be up or whatever, so. Now as far as information goes, there's your repeat battle thing, your current stamina. You can also hit the magnifying glass to see what kind of rewards you've obtained. Now you can long click on any of these enemies, it'll give you a list of all of their passives and their abilities, as well as their stats, and then you can click the magnifying glass and get like a harder version of, okay, this is their resistance to X, this is their defense to whatever you want to find out, right? And you can also get a list of the buffs that they have just by clicking on them. So it's a little hard with that stupid mechanic thing. Well, anyways, I swear you can do it, it's just stupid things in the way. Well, it's a little bit not as good on emulator, but you can do it. So it'll show you like physical resistance up or whatever. Let me long click. Yeah, so it's like right here, my bad. So weakness tolerant, increase weaken resistance rate. Weaken is a debuff type. And then evasion rate down. That's one of my passives my guys have, so it reduces evasion rate passively. And etc. So you can read all their stuff there. And same thing for your guys. If you don't know what your stuff does, it's all right down here. You can also see your passives right here. Now the way that these souls work is whenever these turns pass, and let's say I'm gonna use my ability. Also, you can turn all your ultis up to ×4 speed, as you see I did here. Another thing I wish Epic 7 would do. And you see here, it filled out a little checker here. Well, what happens with the souls in this game is, for the most part, the skills either consume souls, and on occasion they'll restore a soul if you have it like upgraded or something like that, but most skills don't do that. You just literally have to take turns, and it'll build this ticker, and whenever you get to the end of the ticker, you get X amount of souls. And at the beginning it's 8 souls, then you take 5 more turns, it's 10 souls, take 5 more turns, 12 souls, etc. And 16 souls is the max you can have, at least for now, as far as I've seen. Yeah. And then the skills 2 and 3, 3s usually have a cooldown, and sometimes the 2s do too, but most of the time the 2s don't. So you're only limited by how many souls you have. So soul management in this game is really important, especially when you factor in like swapping turns and you need certain abilities for either defensive or mitigation, offensive purposes. Combat ended a little quick there. So anyways, when you're in combat, gives you a basic roundup of what happened in this, just so you guys can see. Normally it actually shows over here, although it skipped it, those units that you had in training that receive a percentage of the experience. It'll show how much experience they got. And you can go wherever you want to go from that point. Caroline, by the way, excellent farming hero, if you managed to get her. So I kind of showed you most of combat. Combat was a little too quick to do turns here, so let me show you how repeated combat looks in this game. And actually, my bad, since that stage only has a couple mobs, it's actually not going to go 3 per. That's how most stages go, but since that's an early stage, it's actually like just a basic battle. So basically, if you do a repeat battle, on auto you can also turn off whether units use skills or not. The down position means they don't, the up position means that they do. I usually turn off the skills for my support teams when we can totally annihilate whatever whatever enemies that we're fighting. I apologize, guys, it's lagging a little bit just because I've had the emulator on for a while. But basically, repeat will just keep going as long as you want it to. You can do this on your phone, you could do this on emulator as I'm currently doing it. And it's actually a pretty easy way to farm these quests, and every 8 hours go and do like 3 or 4 of them. Using your stamina efficiently. And getting some good rewards. Now if a pirate pops up and you have the check pirate thing clicked, it'll stop the battle and it'll alert you, hey, there's a pirate spawn. The pirates stay spawned for an hour, so if you happen to be distracted for a couple minutes and you look down at your phone and you see it, then you could click, okay, yeah, let's do that. So now I'm gonna go ahead after this battle. There's a couple more things I gotta show you guys. I forgot to show you guys formations, which is pretty easy to show you. And then I believe there was something on the lobby. Oh yeah, I gotta show you event. Event's pretty simple. We're actually farming event right now, which is pretty funny. Alright. Let's get back to lobby. Actually, I'll show you guys. So there's also formations in this game. Formations can be upgraded. This is my current formation right now. Double front, triple back, and you have to fill out these slots with the heroes. Oh, sorry, I have to go to the team screen. You have to fill out these slots with the heroes as indicated by the formation. So, like, let me go ahead. Pick all these guys out. So you see how I don't have a attack or a heal in this slot, so now we're not getting the crit rate bonus. But the instant I put Freya back, it's back. So this is attack formation level 18. You can upgrade the formations. I believe it goes up based on your account level, and it'll give you a little bit extra percentages. So also, there's different formations here. The ones I use right now are attack and charge mostly. Probably at some point I'll use defense for certain things, but you can switch formations. So let's say I want to use charge formation. Go ahead and enhance that. Charge formation is a 1-4 formation, so there's 1 person in the front and 4 in the back. Certain units can't hit back units, so your range can always hit your back units for the most part, but your melee, they're stuck with whatever the front unit is for most of their skills, unless they have some type of like AoE or something like that. So in this case, the passive is healing received, as well as accuracy rating up for your back line. I use this sometimes when there's a very dangerous frontline enemy, and I don't want another unit besides my tank being up there. So, and then likewise, you could put potions on it if you want. And you can change these for all of your formations, so all the different various dungeons in this game, which I still need to go over as well. So that's how formations work. Now I'll show you lobby real quick, then last thing I'll show you is all of the things you can currently do. So they got the summer festival going on, like every other gacha, putting all the characters in swimsuits. So in this case, every time you're doing stuff, you're getting these seashells. Yeah, when they're like an allegory with seashells. See the seashells at the whatever. So you send gifts, and you're building up this thing here. And as you keep claiming gifts, it's going to keep giving you certain things. And there's actually a ranking system, so the higher rank you are, the more passive rewards you're going to get at the end or something. So you see I'm quite behind here. Let's see wherever this is going to unlock. Oh, never mind. It's one of those things where it's taking like X amount. Okay, I see what it is now. So basically, if you want... Actually, I'm not sure how you switch this. Well, somehow you switch this. Anyways, you can basically get all these rewards. I got the summer skin. The summer lobby skin is my first reward. And as soon as I figure out how to freaking choose this, I'll probably actually go for DPS seeds and get all the seeds. And here's a listing of the rewards. Higher you are, the more stuff you can get. Breve is actually a really good farming unit, the Firecaster. It's funny that they're doing it with all the 666 and all that. And right now I'm in the low tier, so I need to work on that actually. But anyways, that's really cool. Now, let's go to Challenge. And I'll show you all the different dungeons. So Ligature Dungeon, that's a place where you can farm seeds once a day for free, and you can reset it for the pay currency and do whichever one you want. Certain ones are open certain times of the day. On the weekend, everything's open, so you could choose whatever you want. They have varying levels from easy, normal. I'm not sure if it's 10 ranks or 4 ranks, but whatever it is, eventually you farm more. There you go. So kind of gives you a breakdown of easy versus adverse. So there's 4 levels. So you can get up to 4 seeds a day, and then you can reset it and get even more, which in some cases is actually worth it. Now there's also boss battle. Boss battle is where you get all your high level gear. And that character I was showing you guys earlier, Chloe's actually instrumental for that. The bosses are based on the zone bosses. So like this is the 110 boss, the 210 bosses, and each boss has 10 different ranks. And there's people already farming Treant 10 right now. And all the bosses also, they drop certain pieces of gear. So set bonuses. So like, I believe it's this guy, Imai, drops the set bonus I'm trying to get on Chloe, where her debuffs land 25% more. And you know, there's all types of bosses here, so got a ways to go on this. I haven't even done the 5 boss yet on the world map. But really cool though. And then there's also a burn mode. I don't know if I could show that. A burn mode is basically, normally you would do this 3 times a day. Burn mode, you do it one time, a boss battle one time, and you get 400% of the loot. But if you fuck up, and the charge is gone. You can redo the boss battles, the single charge boss battles, but if you die for whatever reason, you're screwed. Or if it gets disconnected for whatever reason, so take caution on that if you're going to do that. Air battle, that's the PvP. PvP is the same thing, you set up your formation. One thing that's a little different about this PvP though, let me see if I could find it. Your defensive team. You can actually tell your defensive team a skill queue. So you could tell them, hey, oh that's funny, I never used on this guy. Hey, use X skill as soon as you can. So in his case, I'm gonna have the AoE going. So you can kind of tell your NPCs, like if you're tired of, like, say, your Epic 7 or your Knights Chronicle or whatever guild team, and your AI is not using whatever skill you want them to use, you can at least get their first skill going. That's pretty cool. And then that's how PvP works. Same basic ranking system as most gacha games, so I'm not going to bore you all with that. Dimensional Rift, this is kind of like a clear as fast as you can dungeon. So there's going to be a bunch of mobs, and within 30 turns you got to clear, say, like 12 mobs or whatever, and they keep scaling in damage and life and all that. So you clear as many waves as you can. The more waves you clear, the more rewards you get with the pay currency here. Pretty cool mode. Chaos Tower, that's basically just your infinite tower. So you can do 3 a day. I believe you can pay if you want to do 6 a day. And you just go as high as you can. So various rewards depending on how much you do. And then apparently Alliance Battle's coming soon, but we'll see about that. And in a nutshell, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff I don't know about the game still, and there's plenty of stuff. Oh, actually, I could show you guys the summon system. You can buy stuff. There's like stamina. There's also ligature, which is that little like light currency thing I was showing you guys earlier. So let's see here. Yeah, I always buy the 200 stamina per day. It costs about 50 of these. Well worth it. Hair battle, so you can take your hair battle currency and you can either get Nikki Sunstones or you can get some summon tokens. I thought there was one for the other thing, but I guess not. Well, anyway, so here's our summon system. So when you first start playing this game, on 1-2, you're going to get a free 10 summon, and hopefully draw at least like 1 or 2 good legendaries from there. I've seen a guy draw 4 legendaries, and they were all like super good, which was funny. He basically drew every good DPS in the game, which was hilarious. So that's your 10-1 summon. Also, when you get to 1-5 in this game, you're going to get 30 chances to do a 10 summon, where you can get, I believe it's a max of 1 legendary, but certain people aren't in the pool for both of those, so I'll try to make a video on that to show you guys what's what and what's where. Now, this is the current banner going right now. Freya, one of the best healers in the game. Mikazuki, one of the best DPSs in the game. And then your rates, because I'm sure you guys are curious about the rates. Rates are actually fairly low on these banners, so 0.25, 0.23. I mean, they've increased them technically for the banner units, but you know, but there are, like I said, there are definitely some good epic units, so it's not all horrible. And then there's other banners, so this is your normal summon, so you can spend your tickets here. You can also spend, I believe, 10 tickets to get the 10+1. And then there's, you can also spend 300 of the currency if you want to do that. The rates here, it's different depending on the hero. But usually, Freya is actually usually down here at the 0.08, but she's at 0.25 right now. Fahrenheit's the best tank in the game, that's why he's at 0.08. And then this is if you pay for rubies, you can do this once a day, a premium ruby summon. And of course, the rates are a little bit boosted. And then there's a select summon. So you can do a select summon. They give you one of these free once you beat stage 1-5, and you can basically re-roll your 30 summon, pretty much. So like right here, you can preview one, which is funny. And these will tell you which Elunes are obtainable and which ones aren't. You can kind of, you know, pre-game. This is your friend summon. So like I was saying earlier, getting friend summons actually gets you a lot of crystals early. You see all these things popping up. That means I'm getting various currency for them. In the index here, not bad, huh? 10 free crystals there. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to go over this game, guys. So hopefully I showed you a good amount of what's going on. The boss battles in this are actually really cool. Unfortunately, I've done them all, so I can't really show you one. But overall, it puts a different enough spin on gacha games that I've actually been really really impressed by it overall. So anyways, might not be for you, but I'm having a blast with it, so I'm gonna start doing some videos for Elune. Be looking forward to that. This is just a getting to know the game video. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. And if you're new to the channel, yo, I'm Showtime Doctor, Showtimedr. This is my YouTube. You can hit like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Also, I got a Twitch, I got a Discord. They're in the show more in the title info. If you feel like dropping by either, you should know what both of those are by now. I stream this game a lot. I also play Epic 7. I also play Knights Chronicle, Astral Chronicles when I get time on the side. It's actually hard to do 4 gachas at once. And that's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I went over the things that are important to you. And have a great day. Take care.